Hi there, my gamer people. This is your host v19 speaking, and today's topic will be a rather personal one because my bird Fanny died 2 weeks ago. She's a budgie, by the way, and honestly it took me a while before I even wanted to talk about it, because Fanny's been a part of my family for years now. I mean, she has had one hell of a personality, because Fanny was like the real life version of Angry Birds, or the bird version of a grumpy cat. But sadly enough, all that is over now. Fanny was about 13-15 years old when she died, but I'm at least happy over the fact that she felt no pain the night she died. I also had the luck to pat her like one last time before she closed her eyes. So I mean, for some people this may sound very lame and stupid and all that, but if you're an animal friend just like I am, then you know more than well how much it hurts to lose your animal buddy, you know. I mean, she's been a friend of the family, like I mentioned earlier, for so many years. So she's like, I don't know, like the sixth member of the family in a way. So it really hurts, you know. It really broke my heart. It really felt like losing a good friend or someone from your own family, and Fanny sure was a really special bird. For example, she loved to watch me play Diablo and StarCraft. She also used to fly and land on either my shoulder or my keyboard so that she could watch me play those games. So I can't say that I have ever had a pet with so much personality like Fanny had. And she also had this really, like I said, grumpy thing going on. I mean, she liked it to like abuse Caesar, our other bird. I mean, if you watched our video, the real Angry Birds, then you would see that Fanny like played almost American football with Caesar. I mean, he could be like half asleep, then Fanny comes along and like headbutt him in the stomach or something like that. And I'm really gonna miss those moments. Right now I'm just feeling sorry for Caesar because he misses Fanny, even though she like abused him sometimes. But now it's all alone, so I have to find another friend for him. As for me, I try not to think too much about the whole thing because, as you might figure, it's kind of sad and depressing. I mean, now it's been almost 2 weeks since she died, but still, you know, you have that almost like ghost feeling, you know. She's not here, but still she is, in a way, you know. All those moments and memories that you have of someone you like that's gone. So I just try to process the whole thing. I mean, it's kind of philosophical in a way. I mean, first the person is there that you like, and the day after the person is just gone forever. And I actually thought a whole lot about life and everything when I found her dead in the bird cage, because then I realized that things that you like and love just can disappear just like that in front of your eyes. So honestly, I think that people should, like, you know, use the time the best way they can with like family and friends and such, because you never know what can happen. I'm not trying to make anyone like depressed or anything like that, but try to take advantage of the time you have, you know, because you never know when someone that you like will just be gone. And it's hard to say stuff like you know, meaningful stuff like I love you or something like that when the person is not among the living anymore. So don't save those words say them now that the people that you care for are still alive. Because it's not fun to live with like regrets and stuff like that. So I'm just glad that I had the chance to be with her one more last time, so that it didn't feel as hard, you know. Because it could have been worse. I mean, I couldn't have seen her at all and just found her body in the bird cage. But I'm just glad that I have also made like movies with her and have a lot of pictures, so she will never be forgotten. And I have this feeling that she's still around in a way. Hopefully not like in the horror movies, but in a good way. And now that I think about it, I read this story about a woman that lost her dog recently. She had no children, and the dog was pretty much everything she had. And according to her, it felt like losing a child. And the more I read the story, the more I started to understand why some people become really depressive when their pets die. I mean, it's hard for someone to understand that's not, you know, don't have animals at all, or have that kind of bond to their animals. But I mean, if you live alone and you don't have any children or anything like that, then of course it's gonna hurt much more than someone that has, you know, family and all that. I mean, I have a family, but still, I mean, it may sound strange to some, but I mean, she was a better friend than the most so-called real friends that I have had. I mean, I have known people for like years that has backstabbed me and lied to me and using me and all that. Sad enough, that stuff has happened quite a lot to me lately, so there was this point when I was pretty fed up with people in general, and I just wanted to be alone. Not like I'm a antisocial person, but when you get like burning out, you know, from being used and abused, then you get tired of people. You just want to be alone, and that's what happened to me pretty much. So there was this moment in my life when I just felt like I didn't want to talk or be around anyone, because I was fed up with everything pretty much. And then this thing with Fanny happened, and I guess that it was a bit too much for me at the time. So, but I'm of course feeling a whole lot better now, but still I'm just trying to say that animals are at least better friends in some like perspectives than humans. I mean, they don't lie, they don't deceive you or backstab you or anything like that, and their love are like true. And there's another thing that I really like with animals as well. Some does not believe it, but I have seen it with my own eyes. Animals can feel if a human are evil. I'm not gonna have this like story mode time now, but way back in time there was this animal abuser that hitted horses and treated them like shit. And everyone pretty much knew that he was an asshole, but anyhow, there was this horse that has never ever met him before, because he was going to buy the horse. But the horse just went ape shit as soon as he saw the guy. And I have also have other examples when there was like a guy in my hometown that was a well-known cat abuser. And cats just, you know, cats have this kind of body language kind of thing, you know, when they don't like something, or they just make this creepy ass noises. And that's what they did. Like a friend of mine had a cat, and if he saw the guy through the window, he just he just went ape shit. And if it's the other way around, that you're a good human, I think the animals knows that as well, because there's been like times when I have met, you know, people I have never met before, and they have animals, dogs, cats, and they're like, oh, they're not like super social, but even though that they have never met me before, they still like that I pet them and all that. And I am a good person, so I think there's some truth to it. So that's one of the reasons why I probably get along better with animals than humans. And I mean, it's kind of sick when I think about it. I mean, you can know a human for like several years and still they can at any point backstab you. And that has happened quite a lot to me, so I honestly don't trust that many people anymore. So it sure hurt a lot when Fanny was not there anymore. But there's at least one good thing to this, because just some days after that Fanny died, then this duck mother from the past year once again visited our house at the countryside, so she's back again, and I'm quite sure that it's the very same duck, because if it was someone like another duck, then she wouldn't like come you know, close to us and let us pet her and all that. So it felt good that I mean, they're like our outside pets now, so we might even get like a duck army going on again with ducklings and all that, because I think she's gonna lay eggs soon, if she haven't already. So, and there's this funny thing, speaking of ducks, there seems to be a like trend going on in social media, or at least on Twitter. For some reason people are starting to get ducks for pets. I don't know if I'm the one that started that trend, but I guess the funny thing that I feel like mentioning, because it's not like an everyday kind of thing that you hear, like, oh, we're gonna collect ducks here. But that's something that people have started to talk about, getting ducks for pets. So that's the new thing, so it seems. And well, I can somewhat understand it. I mean, ducks are cool. Not Anaheim ducks perhaps, but ducks as animals. But I think I'm gonna be alright anyhow. I just try to avoid assholes and try to get over the whole thing with Fanny. So this video pretty much dedicated to her and everyone that's animal friends and know what's, you know, what it feels like to lose an animal that you really like. I mean, it's a process. I mean, it was hard for me, like when my grandmother died. That was a process as well. I mean, it took a time to understand, like, you're not gonna be able to see her again. So, and I'm not like the best kind of person to handle death, at least not when it comes to people that you like around you. I mean, I almost died in a car accident, but that was me, you know, I can handle that shit. But to handle something which you have no control over because it's not about you, yourself, then it's a whole nother thing. But I'm a hard bastard, so I'm gonna get through this just like everything else. So I just hope that I don't have to experience much more death at the time being, because it's been way too much of that stuff lately. So I'm just gonna process this the best way I can. So this will be pretty much it of this fantastic topic. So feel free to comment and of course subscribe if you like the video, and just take care, people. This is v19 signing out. Bye bye.